Hey, what's up guys? We have Mr. Prestidigitation here to give you a Mermail deck profile.
Hello! Updating this deck was a little bit of work for the format since, as you all know, with the ban list we lost our titles. That hurt the deck a lot more than people will give it credit for, but Tidal gave the deck a lot of surge power, especially with the Tidal Pitch Gun combo. But anywho, to get started, we've got 2 Mermail Abyssmegalo, 1 Mermail Abyssleed. I had been trying 3 Megalos before, but I found it got a little bit cloggy. I still like having the lead in there. I know a lot of people have gotten rid of it this format, but it's really nice to have a 2700 beater up on the field. I mean, there's no denying that. But then I have 3 Mermail Abyssteus. I have my 1 Tidal. 3 Mermail Abysslinde. This card is way too powerful. I mean, especially with Abyss Sphere, to just search it out and get its effect off right away. And then I run 2 Mermail Abyssgunde. I know a lot of decks still run it at 3, but honestly, with running Megalo at 2, I find 3 can get a little cloggy and you can get stuck in your hand with no way to get it out of your hand. But, I mean, 3 still works, but I find 2 runs a bit faster. Then I run 3 Mermail Abysspike. This card is still great. It can let you search through your deck really fast. I have 3 Atlantean Marksman, especially in a back row heavy format like this one. We really need back row popping. Then we've got Atlantean heavy infantry for the front row. We've got 2 Aqua Spirit for those rank 4 plays. Again, a lot of people are running 3 of these this format, but I'm focusing a little less on the Bahamut Shark plays and a little more on the classic OTK, get a lot of monsters on the field style Mermail. And I've got my 1 Deep Sea Diva. This card is still amazing at 1. I mean, I was just playing against Noble Knights earlier today. I got this card off 4 times. Then we got 1 Dragoons. Again, this card is still amazing. It's not quite as easily reusable as Diva, but still great. We've got 2 Salvage. Honestly, I hadn't seen a ton of Mermail builds maining this, but it has a lot of synergy with the deck. As I mentioned, reusing Diva a lot earlier, Salvage helped in that quite a bit, as I was able to grab Diva and a Marksman out of the grave, and then I normal summon Diva and use that to special summon heavy infantry. And heavy infantry has the secondary effect that you can normal summon an additional Sea Serpent. So then I would special summon the other Marksman from my hand, and then I was able to go into a level 7 synchro instantly. Then I've got 2 MST for additional back row destruction. Got my Dark Hole and Book of Moon. And then for traps, I have 3 Abyss Sphere. I mean, this card is just too good in the deck. I've got 1 Abyss-squall. This is another card I don't see a ton of Mermail builds playing, but you special summon 3 Mermails in your graveyard, and then they are destroyed in the end phase. So, one fantastic play you can do with this, grab 2 level 7s out of the grave and 1 Lind, and then you can overlay the level 7s into a rank 7, and then Lind is destroyed during the end phase. And Lind being Lind, that's never a bad thing, because then you can get another level 7 out of the deck. Then I run 2 breakthrough skills. These are interchangeable with Fiendish Chains or Veilers or anything like that. Honestly, I just prefer breakthrough skill because you can use it twice. I find it's just, I mean, it's more fitting to my playstyle. But then I run 2 Phoenix Wing Wind Blasts. One thing I didn't know previously is that Abyssgunde's effect is activated just through discarding. I had assumed it was by a Water Monster's effect, like all the other discard effects in this deck, but If you use Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and discard Gun, you still get her effect off to special summon out of the graveyard. So, I mean, this card in this deck is just kind of natural, because you can send a card of your opponent's back to the top of their deck and special summon out of your graveyard if you happen to have a Gun in hand to discard. And I found that just to be an absolutely OP combo. Then I run 2 Mirror Force and 1 Compulse. I realize now my trap lineup is a bit more hefty than other Mermail builds this format, but thus far it's proving to keep the deck a lot more consistent than other playtests I've done. It just allows it to grind a bit better, which seems to be working pretty well. Now onto the extra deck. We've got 1 Star Eater, 1 Mist Wurm in lieu of a Trish. We've got 1 Crimson Blader. This card can be sided out if you want to store an extra Synchro or an extra XYZ in the extra deck. Since it's not good in every matchup. We've got 1 Stardust, 1 Black Rose, and 1 Armades. Armades is also a card I don't see very much. I see a lot of other people running Ally Justice Catastor instead, but I think Armades is overall a better card because it's immune to back row when it's attacking, which is really nice. Then I've got Dracossack, Big Eye, Abyss-squall, Master of Blades, and 1 Gaia Dragon. Oddly enough, Gaia Dragon can be made by Mermails. It's easily substituted for another Gaios or another Dracossack. Unfortunately, I don't have another $100 to drop on a Dracossack. But then for rank 4s, I've got a Bahamut Shark, and as targets for that, I have Mermail Abysstrite and Armored Kappa. And then for another rank 3, I have 1 Equipped Engineer. And overall, I don't make the ranked 3s or rank 4s all that often, but they are there when I need them, and they are very helpful to the deck in keeping it a bit more consistent. But in playing with the build, it can make synchros a bit more consistently, and otherwise just spam its usual rank 7s to the field. But overall, the deck is still doing very well, even after titles getting hit, and it is a very highly competitive deck this format.
So that's it, guys. If you like the video, throw us a like, and if you have any questions, throw them in the comment section below. But for now, it's Team D Plus Gaming signing out.